Reginald and Max are going to the purser's office, and Chase is going to the memorial service. All right, let's do the memorial service first.
Split the party.
Yeah.
Always.
So you come into the memorial service, and there's lots of people that attend. It's a small chapel. That's a hard conversation to say. Filled to capacity. The service itself is very emotional and respectful. Father Alvarez gives an incredibly beautiful speech about a man he just didn't know. Virginia gives a eulogy and breaks down, unable to finish it. Charlotte just gets up while she's breaking down and everything, and to help her off the podium to console her and everything like that. William, I want you to roll listen check.
3 and then 2 zeros?
That's a 3. That's a good-ass listen. So as Virginia's being like ushered off of the podium after, she's crying, she's breaking down and everything, there's a lot of people kind of whispering like, oh, I think she did it. Like it's just like, she's faking this. She's totally faking this and stuff like that. Just like a whole lot of talk that everybody thinks that Virginia did this, and there's a lot of unfortunate whispers happening during this memorial service that are kind of like scathing towards Virginia.
I'm going to admonish them. I'm going to say, have some respect. She's going through a hard time.
Yeah, as somebody fans themselves because they just got caught being a gossip.
I'll point my finger and say, I was there.
Hashtag I was there. And they kind of look embarrassed, and they sweat a little bit, and they kind of just try to avoid your gaze and everything like that. And then when the service is over, everyone starts to disperse. But Miles Hardaway, that nosy, disrespectful reporter you saw in the soda room, starts to get in Virginia's face as everybody's kind of vacating the thing. He's asking her very offensive questions, and he's got his notebook in his hand, and he's recording every reaction she has. And Charlotte's trying to fend him off, but he's a very tenacious character.
I'm gonna what would I say? Because I imagine that William actually has like a somewhat of a conscience, even though he's a dubious doctor.
It's more like you're a pretty good person that, when it comes to healing people, has a bit of a skew. I have an idea. I want to like hit like a pressure point, like maybe like I want to use like science anatomy and like jab him in a place that makes him uncomfortable. Yeah, go for it. I'm cool with this. you Naruto punches.
I was about to say super anime.
I want to make it like 22.
22.
I have a 70 in science anatomy.
So you kind of jab him in a particular spot in his kidney that like immediately causes it. Like it's not a particularly hard punch, but it's a precise punch that kind of cripples him a little bit. And he drops his notebook and his pen, and they go skittering across the floor. Charlotte then takes her heel and she just kind of kicks it underneath like one of the pews. So he's gonna have a hard time getting it back from him. And then Miles gets up and he straightens his tie and he's like, "You!"
Oh, I said, "I'm sorry. I stumbled a little bit. You seem to have lost your notebook. That's unfortunate."
That is unfortunate. You'll
probably look where you're going instead of harassing young women.
Oh, I'll harass all the women I want. he lost this already. This is a very lost battle. He sweats a little bit. He gives you this face and he goes, "Good day." He goes and he's like bumbling around trying to get his notepad from under the pews. Virginia is just sobbing uncontrollably because she just hates everything about this trip already. And Charlotte is like kind of helping her out, and Charlotte just goes, "Thank you so much. He was such an asshole." Like, and you notice Charlotte, she has like this purse that she's always had on her. And she's got one arm around Virginia, but she had a hand on something in her purse, and she lets go of it to then hold Virginia upright more.
Can I roll a spot hidden to see what it is?
Sure.
2 and 40?
42.
Is that 42? Yes.
It's hard to tell because she only had like a little bit of it, but it could potentially be a weapon of sorts, but it's really hard to tell what it is. But she looked like she was almost ready to do something to Miles to get him to back off, but she ended up like restraining herself. But she says, "Thank you so much. We'll have to talk later or something. But thank you so much for this. I appreciate it. Guy's an asshole." And she starts to bring Virginia out of the funeral service or the memorial service.
Okay.
With that, we're gonna cut to Max and Reginald trying to get into the bursar's office. So, you guys, we cut to a corridor, and there's a corner. And then around at the corner is Max and Reginald. And then around this corner, you can see a couple of ship hands going back and forth in the purser's office, sitting at the end of the corridor.
So, there are ship hands like guarding it, or what?
Not necessarily guarding it, but it's a very heavily trafficked hallway. Because it's like really close to where like a lot of the ship hands do their business and have their offices and rooms and stuff.
How's your locksmithing over there, Reggie?
Well, if I had to give it on a scale from 1 to 100, it's at a 1.
Yeah, I'm about the same there.
My demolitions, though, are quite a bit higher.
Yep.
So there's only really the one way in that we can see?
As far as you can tell, yeah. It's just a door in the middle
Well,
of the hall, essentially.
let me make it. Oh, I was about to say, let me make a spot hidden roll to see if there's another way in. Like there's a window, like on the side that leads into. I don't know. What
Not
there would
necessarily. It is a door that has a window on it, but like there's no other windows like looking into it or anything. It is the middle of the day. Let's put it that way.
Be. Hey, Reggie, on a scale from 1 to 100, how carefully do you think you can break the glass on that door?
I am fairly stealthy, but my sleight of hand, I've got the arthritis, I think.
Well, my hand's pretty slighty. I'll just see what we can do.
Max, I want you to roll spot hidden, actually.
I got a 7.
7. Okay, so that's really good. So, in between people kind of walking back and forth in front of it, you do see a sign that's kind of hanging on the inside of the door. That's like, so it's a little bit behind the faded glass, but now that you've had time to kind of look at it a little bit, you can kind of read what it says, and it says, Martin Dungus, purser, out at the moment, be back later. But the sign is like kind of tilted and everything like that. And yeah, so you notice that. And it looks like it was hastily written.
Hastily written, you say? I'm just gonna walk casually and just try and open the door and see if it's unlocked.
It is
apparently
locked.
hasty.
But somebody sees you and walks up to you and goes, "Oh, hi, sorry, can I help you?" He's like a kind of a younger man, wearing like just a crewman's outfit.
Yeah, do you have the key to this office?
No, I'm afraid that the purser has the key to the office, but nobody knows where the purser is.
Oh, does anybody else have a key to this office? I left my wallet in there, and I was just meeting with him a little bit yesterday, and I was looking for my wallet, and I'm 100% sure I left it in there. After casino night, it's just full and waiting on his desk. I need to find my... I'm charming him, by the way.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, yeah, I rolled a 69 and still passed.
Anyway. No.
Happens every time we do it.
It does. So he goes, well, I don't have a key on me. That's kind of for upper... I'm just a cadet, but like, if you need to get into this office, I'm sure you can talk with the captain. He might be able to do it.
Oh, sure. Take us to him.
Okay. Yeah, follow me. He kind of leads you down the hall towards this other bigger
Turn to
office.
Reggie as we're doing. I'm like,
So
whispers.
He leads you to kind of like this one office. So the captain of the ship, he's not necessarily like the guy that's holding the wheel and going anything. A captain on a cruise liner is kind of more like a mascot. They kind of like they call the shots and everything of where the boat's supposed to go, but at the end of the day, they aren't the ones piloting the ship. They're the ones making sure that they're the spokesman that people go to when they have issues, and they, you know, stuff like that. So he's got kind of like this big, nice office that has this giant front-facing window so he can see the front of the boat. And his crew is operating in that room. You see somebody at the helm and everything like that. They're all operating and everything. And he kind of turns in his captain's chair towards people as they start to enter the room, and he stands up and he goes, "Hi, welcome. How can I help you, good patrons?"
Does he have one arm and wearing a purple jacket?
Yes. No.
We broke the game.
You did it. It was the captain. Oh no. he's a very burly man with a really thick beard. And he's very jovial. Santa.
Whoa, Captain, my captain, I'm glad to see you here today. You know, we were taking to you, but gosh, I guess this is where the party's at, huh? You look like you're having a great time.
Oh, I'm having a great time any day aboard the SS President Coolidge. He spits out a line that he's rehearsed a million times. What is it that I can help you with? If you've come to my office, it must be for an issue, I assume.
Absolutely. The cadet brought us here because, well, I'm a little embarrassed to say it, but had some big wienings at casino night, and well, I had some drinks at the purser, and I'm afraid I left my wallet in his office, and he's out right now, but we were kind of hoping to pick up something for condolences for the unfortunate accidents that happened, and I can't buy any flowers or anything on this ship without my wallet. If you could just let us into the purser's office for a little bit, I can just check and see if I left it in there. That we really appreciate it. You can escort us in.
Did you say that you had drinks with the purser?
Well, who hasn't?
When did this happen?
You know, we've been drinking a lot on this ship. Definitely since we've been on.
He kind of motions for a second, tells you to come out into the hallway in front of the door that you were pulled into. And he kind of pulls you to the side of the hallway, and he says, "Did you have drinks with him recently?"
You know, when you're at sea, Captain, time seems like it's going faster. One walk that in conversation seems like it takes only 2 or 3 minutes is all of a sudden 55.
We suddenly cut to night, and it goes daytime, and it feels like it's been 3. He goes, "Well, you mentioned casino night, and that happened last night. And if you're saying that you had drinks with him around casino night, does that mean you've seen the purser in the past 24 hours?
Has something happened to him?
He's been missing since the first day."
The first day? Well, I mean, I don't know the purser personally or anything. It was certainly someone claiming to be the purser.
Claiming to be the purser. Do you know what they looked like?
He was wearing a purple suit.
Purple suit. Yeah, that doesn't sound like Martin. Well, regardless,
there's some guy in a purple suit. Gosh, it's the purser. He said his name was, what was it? Bunny Bates?
Bunny Bates.
That's what he said his name was. He said he was the purser here on the ship.
Sounds like a gangster. That's not Martin. That's not our purser. Let me get you into the purser's office. Let me get you into the purser's office. I need to check the ship logs to make sure that everybody on the ship is supposed to be here. Come with me. You can get your wallet.
Oh, great, thanks.
Yeah, he leads you back, and he waves to people jovially as they walk past him and everything. And he gets to the door to the purser's office, and he unlocks it and opens it. He comes into the room and he grabs like a sheet for what's it called? It's like a clipboard that has a lot of things on it.
As we walk in, what kind of lock is it on the door?
It's just kind of like a normal key lock kind of thing. Like
So when you're on the inside, do you need a key as well, or is it like a deadbolt, or like a little thing on the handle?
Yeah, I think you would need it's just a little turner thing on the inside.
Can I roll sleight of hand to lock the door behind us?
Behind
as we
you?
entered.
Sure. Yep. But yeah, you get into the purser's office. He pulls up a clipboard.
I got it with a 26, by the way.
Oh, nice. So you managed to lock it, and he doesn't hear a sound or anything. He's too absorbed in getting that the board, and he's kind of looking at it. And he says, "What is this? This isn't This isn't the listing for this ship. This is for a different ride." And he looks at the cabinets and everything, and he goes to the cabinet for some of the documents, and he's kind of rifling through them, so you guys have the ability to look around.
I would like to
Now that we're in, what do we do?
search for Bunny Bates.
Bunny,
I'm not sure.
Hey, I'll do a spot hidden for like a listing of like room numbers and names.
yeah,
If it's on
that's
the desk
kind of
or-
what he's looking for. You can
Yeah.
the one he
That's what
put
he's
down.
looking for.
Yeah, he looked at one and he was confused by it. He put it back down on the desk, and now he's looking through the thing. So you can look at that if you want.
Yeah, I'll give it a peek.
So the problem with it is that the date on it is wrong. It looks like a previous listing, like one from a different ship ride, like the last time that they did one of these. So it's not the current one.
Is Bunny Bates on it?
No. Your names aren't even on it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a
can-
completely different ship ride.
I mean, tracking's not my jam, but I'll use a spot hidden. Can I just see if there's something in this room that looks out of place or disheveled or
Sure, yeah, roll spot
like
hidden.
that? Recently rifled. 55 out of... Oh, I have 55. What is that? I tied it. There we
Nice.
go.
So as you're looking around the room, you do kind of notice that this room kind of does look like it's been rifled through. Like somebody did something in this room. And it looks like the captain's kind of coming to that conclusion too. The room has like been turned over a little bit, and there's stuff kind of spread out all over the place. And it looks slightly ransacked, but not so ransacked that it's super obvious. It's more like it's ransacked in a way that like just a little bit of a mess, but enough that if you were intimate with the room, you'd be like, this isn't right. There's a lot of stuff missing and stuff.
By George, I think I've been swindled.
Ah, yes, I didn't see your wallet on the table. I am so sorry for your loss.
I didn't, and this Bunny Bates character apparently was posing as a purser. Can you believe this?
Yes,
It's an outrage.
That's truly upsetting. We haven't seen the purser since the first day. And I was getting hopeful when you said you saw him, but it sounds like he's still missing. And somebody is now pretending to be him, and that's truly unfortunate. This is a catastrophe. This whole ride has been a mess. I need to right this ship. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the room. We need to conduct a ship investigation here.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry for the loss and everything going on with you, Cap. Is there anything that looks like it's worth taking while I'm in here?
There is a key that leads to this room, if you want it.
The key that leads to this room?
It's like another key on a ring next to it for like other people to have a copy of the key.
Nah. Don't need that evidence on me.
Yeah, this might not be so good. You've already been like disciplined twice.
I guess we're heading out there, Reggie.
Yes, I believe we have to catch the tail end of that memorial service.
Alrighty, and with that, just to keep going, William, did you want to go to the funeral service, or what were you doing?
Yeah, because they were back to back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep an eye out for anything that looks suspicious.
Alrighty. So you all kind of meet up at the funeral service because you missed the memorial service. And the funeral service is actually in a different place. Father Alvarez, who led the memorial service, is leading the funeral service as well because he's the only priest on board. But he guides anybody who is curious about it to the back of the ship. So it's out on the deck on the back of the ship. And unfortunately, you guys and Dr. Alvarez are basically the only people in attendance. Dr. Song is still in what's it called, the sick bay, because he's recovering from his wounds. Like William patched him up, but he did faint after that, so he's recovering from his wounds. So even Dr. Song isn't here for his own servant's funeral service, and the service itself is a very, just like, very business-like affair. Father Alvarez does not put like the bells and whistles on it to make it beautiful or anything. He basically almost just reads from the book, and they have a coffin that they have on the back of the ship, and they read it off and they send the coffin out to sea, and that's how the funeral service goes.
You'd think that they would have, held on to the body until at least his employer could have come and witnessed. Just the rush to get the corpse off the ship. Yeeted it off the back of the boat. But he said that, like, the
What
guys...
is this, like Star Trek, where they shoot it out of
the port...
torpedo
tube.
The big noticeable differences between the two things are Chad Peterson's memorial service, so he's not... Like, they don't even know if he's dead, but it was beautiful, and it was moving and everything like that, and there wasn't even a body or anything. But in this case, they actually have a body. Nobody knew this guy either, but because he was like a poor servant, nobody cared, so they just... they don't want a body on their boat, on this cruise liner, so they're just like, just get it off the boat and ship it with whatever rights that you want to give it. So it's very much a different style of service. They just kind of crapped him off the boat, essentially.
Yeet. Well, I'll take my hat off as a sign of respect for a moment. You said it was just us and that one other person here?
The priest, yeah. Nobody else decided to attend because nobody wanted to.
Well, we were here. That's all that matters.
I mean, yeah.
Did you guys have any luck in the purser's office?
No. Unfortunately, we had... The purser was missing. We managed to get into the office, but found the registry of who is here was quite wrong.
Yeah, somebody else got in there before we...
Interesting. Well, then what is our next move? We're still trying to find Mr. Bunny's room?
Well, I suppose we could ask around if we have no luck, there's no actual registry of who's where. I suppose we could ask around. But beyond that, I'm not entirely certain.
Yeah, somebody that conspicuous you would think would have ordered drinks or something to the room. Perhaps one of the workers on the ship would know.
That's true. Maybe we'll go with a bartender. Bartenders know everything.
You're the talker. I'm just the doctor.
Well, I haven't had terribly good luck yet. Let's go to the best bar in the entire ship.
All right. And with that, we'll say that this is probably the last thing you could do for this day, because you did the whole purser thing too. So you go to it's not necessarily the like, in order to get to the one that's the best one on the ship, it's in first class, and they don't let third class up there. So if you did want to go up there, you would kind of have to sneak in up there, but you could go to the dining hall, which is just like a normal one.
We're gonna go first class.
You're gonna try and go to first class?
You betcha.
Alrighty.
And this is gonna take
Fighting me.
this is gonna take us 10 hours.
10 hours just to walk up the stairs.
So you get to the doorway to first class after going up some stairs for 10 hours, and
as we go up the stairs, I put the watch on my wrist.
there you go.
Yeah, how do we whatever we can do to look inconspicuous or like to try to sneak in?
I'll roll stealth.
I'm gonna just talk and try and look rich.
I'll roll stealth to try to get out.
You're gonna try and talk and look rich. Okay, so
Yep.
I guess
He's gonna try and stealth his way in.
I have
What were
30
you
to get
doing,
in.
William?
I guess I will try to stealth.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Max in the front. He's
I'll provide
gonna
the distraction.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's essentially going to provide the distraction, and then the other two are going to stealth behind. So Max, there's a couple stewards that are blocking the entrance to the front to first class because they want to weed out anybody who's not first class from up there. And they stand there and they see you coming, and they immediately kind of scan you to like notice what you're wearing, and they're just like, "Can we help you, sir?"
As they scan me, I'm gonna take the watch out and check the time. Sorry, gentlemen, what was that?
They sit there
Excuse me.
Yes?
Yes. If you would excuse me, I'm here to fetch myself a drink, a high-end drink at that.
A drink. They kind of look you over.
Maybe two.
Roll persuade.
39 out of 90.
Okay. So they see you and they look you down. There's like, do you have a ticket?
A ticket to go to the bar. I mean, come on. Oh, wait. You know what? Yeah, it's right over here. And I pull out the wad of cash that I had won, and I take, I take like 2/3 of it. I put the other third in my pocket. I split the thirds up, and I'm like, oh yeah, gentlemen, here are my tickets. And I
So as you pull the money out, they kind of look through each other, and then they walk closer, which leaves, and they're kind of like looking over you. Which allows Reginald, because you said you already rolled stealth and passed. Yeah, that allows Reginald to get by. William, did you roll stealth yet?
I had not. I was waiting.
Okay, roll stealth now.
I fail. It's a 60 out of 40.
So they take the money from Max, and they're just like, go on in, sir. And as they say go on in, sir, they see William trying to get in. There's like, whoa, ticket, please. And they kind of come up to you and stop you.
Oh, I'm a doctor.
Is there, do you need to be on this part of the ship?
Yes, I heard that there was a... Oh, my friend Max, there he is.
Oh, finally you're here, Doc. You know, we were coming up here. I didn't want to alarm you guys, but there seems to be I have a friend in here. He's got a terrible hip dysplasia, and he asked me to bring the doctor up here to just kind of...
Just slap the back.
I'm not pointing at him. Not pointing at him.
I've got the medicine.
Yeah.
If that's the case, go right on in, sir. But we're gonna need to see your tickets again, sir. They say to Max.
My tickets, of course. Take the other wad of cash, and I split this. I keep like a $2 bill. I keep that for myself, and I give them the rest.
Yes, tickets.
Universal tickets.
They put it in their bag and they open the door for you. So you're now in first class, which looks a hell of a lot better than what you've seen on the ship. And parts of the ship you've already seen were really decadent, but like this is another level of decadence. There's like chandeliers right when you step in, and there's a bar all the way at the end of the room that you're in. Stairs that lead to the rooms that people can live in, that live in the ship and everything like that, and just people kind of smoozing it up and drinking champagne right in the main rooms and everything, or right in this main kind of lobby area.
I'll say that was some quick thinking.
Oh, it's what I'm do. It's what I do. Hey, Reggie.
Peels himself off the wall. Yes.
Steps from the shadows.
Yes.
I just picture emerging from the darkness.
Had to work my way in there. I'm afraid I only got $2 to my name. You mind getting us a couple of drinks?
I think it's comped, isn't it? But I love
First class. I mean, yeah, of course.
I'll go to the bar and try to get his drinks.
All right, so you're at the bar, and you sit down, and there's a guy behind the bar, and he looks pretty eager to help people out, and he goes, "Hi, what will you all be having?"
I'll go with them actually too.
Scotch neat.
Oh, I figured you were all going, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scotch man. Hey, oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll take one of the same, and I've taken the watch off my wrist. Also, we've got I won this in a card game downstairs, and I know the man, and I figured he was up here, and we should return it. And I show him the watch. You see, it's embroidered by hand in China, ancient style of gold needlework. And
and
I'm sure he'd like it back, and I show him the embroidery, and it says Bunny Bates on it.
He's filling up, not that like that. He's filling up his scotch. He's filling up 2 glasses of scotch, and he's looking it over, and he goes, "Bunny Bates, never heard of him." And he puts the scotch in front of you, and then he noticeably elbows a big jar that says tips on it, and goes,
Yes, of course, my good man. Keep him coming. I'll put a $1 in there.
Thank you, sir.
$1, that's a tenth of a steak dinner.
Yeah. He's a bartender in the rich part of the bar. Or in the rich part of the boat. Of course he's gonna be this.
Yep.
So I'll like pull a little something out and drop it into the tip jar. I'm like, you're sure you haven't heard of a Bunny Bates wears a large-figured man, purple suit?
Purple suit. The only purple suits that I know are the French nobles that come up here, but haven't heard of anybody named Bunny Bates. No, kind of sounds like a gangster if you ask me, with a name like that.
Yes, those gangsters do love their alliteration, don't they?
Yes. Is there anything I can get you, sir?
I'll take a rye whiskey on ice on the rocks.
Sounds good. And he fixes it up for you, pushes it towards you, and then he elbows the tip jar again.
And I'll take the thing, like the dollar bill in my hand, and like put it into the tip jar, like pretending to drop it, but like won't. Like the moment he looks away, I'm just gonna like put it back in my pocket.
Good job.
I see this trick all the time, so I try and help him out. Oh, hey, but I did make great friends. I did make good friends on casino night with the man at the craps table, Alejandro Gutierrez. I can't remember the guy's name. What was it?
The esteemed Gutierrez de Almacan? Yeah, I'm surprised I ever remembered it at this point, I'll be honest.
Yes, I wouldn't mind paying him a quick visit while we're up here. Maybe have a drink together.
Gutierrez de Almacan. He's not one to, drink with just anybody. In fact, he kind of seems to stay in his room most of the time, if I've noticed.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he's not a very sociable one.
Do you send drinks to his room?
He doesn't really ask for anything. I think he has most of his meals sent to him now. But otherwise, he's never really come down for a drink or anything.
It's interesting. He and we had a great time playing craps last night. He told me to come up to his room, but I didn't remember where it was. We were drinking heavy. Maybe I could walk him over a drink real quick.
I can help you with that, yeah. I think he's, I'm not sure exactly where his room is, but, let me see if I can find it on the registry here. He has, like, a small list of where, very esteemed people on first class are.
Okay.
And he goes, yes, Gutierrez de Almacan. Let's see. Alright. Oh. Odd. He's not on here.
He's not on there.
No, I mean, you'd think he would be. This is the list of the most prestigious people in first class. He's not on here.
Are all the rooms full?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. What numbers are missing on your list? Maybe I could stop by on that one.
He looks through. Well, he doesn't have a list of everybody in first class, just the most esteemed. Okay. So he wouldn't be able to tell you. Yeah.
It's not like it goes 312, then 314.
Yeah, it does not know. Yeah, it's not like the purser would have the most complete list, but he's just got like a, hey, do you want great tips? Give drinks to these people list.
Well, thanks.
Sorry I couldn't help you more, but I did a good job, right? He nudges the thing again.
Did a good job of not helping me?
I did a good job pouring your scotch. And with that, I think just to kind of keep the thing rolling, did you guys want to move on to the next day?
That sounds like there's nothing else for us.
Yeah,
So.
Basically,
as we're walking back to the room defeated, I'll say this is as fruitless as an apple tree in December.
Nice.